All right, we're gonna get ready to get started. Mr. Battles, I'm gonna ask you to lead us in prayer and the pledge if you don't mind, sir.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity just to wake up today, to continue to do the will that you've given to us, to do your commission. Strengthen us concerning our fellow nation, and trying to make sure that we provide for our students throughout this corporate excellence. We ask for your blessing in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, this August the 25th, 2020 board meeting will come to order. Before we get started, Mr. Superintendent, any announcements you need to make at this time? Mr. Battles?
No, sir.
You're not even gonna say anything about Williamson winning the football?
Oh, okay. Well,
I didn't think you'd pass up an opportunity
Well,
about that.
but and also we just want to send our condolences to Blunt and Bagger for the thing, because I don't know they
I have a
want to.
feeling they'll play sometime.
They're gonna play sometime. But we just was, because I was ready to come to that myself. But I was pretty proud for Williamson because on last week I attended the awarding of the rings from the state, by the superintendent, and it was just such a great joy to hear the state athletic director, Sarah Reese, say it was a joy to have a Mobile County Public School after LaFleur had been one of the last recipients to win the ring. So thank you, and we're just going to pray for Wilson to keep winning.
Mr. Harwell, any announcements?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations to Mary Montgomery on their victory, so I think you want to say something about that.
Who did they beat?
County.
Oh,
No, I mean, who?
All the county.
Both County, okay.
Yeah.
Austin Waters over there.
It's an interesting story about that game.
Well, you'll have to tell me
I'll tell
that
y'all
later.
I thought he was going to tell.
One time I would be a record.
I thought he was going to tell us about the fishing team or the bowling team. I didn't know.
Dr. Foster, any announcements for you, sir?
Actually, yes.
Please, sir.
Alma Bryant won a football game.
I saw that. They beat BC Rain 13-0, wasn't it?
Well, it was hard. I saw it come up and I said, surely this is incorrect, but it wasn't. They actually won.
Well, commiserations to UMS. I saw that game on TV playing Baker, and I thought it was a pretty evenly played football game. They just made a few more mistakes.
What district is Baker in?
They're 7A.
Uh-huh.
And they're in District 5. But all right, Dr. Crenshaw, here's your choice.
No, I don't have anything behind that.
You'll have no scores or nothing.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead here. All right. Do I hear a motion for the approval of minutes?
So move.
Doctor.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Do I hear a motion for agenda adoption?
So move.
A motion and a second to approve the agenda adoption. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. No reports of recognitions today, Ms. Phillips. Any citizens requests, Mr. Fabian?
No, sir.
Good. Well, if that be the case, we'll go right on to action items, sir.
All righty, thank you. Before we go over the action items, there's several things that I need to adjust on the action items as well as the consent agenda. The first thing, if you will look at action item G6, and Derek, I may need for you to help me out to validate or clarify, but we have on the work session, we went over the Power School group, but we want to add to that. We just don't have the contract yet. The attorneys are looking it over now, but it's a time-sensitive item, and I'm going to explain it in just a second. But I will ask that you allow myself and Derek to approve it once it has met their approval. But basically what it is we're trying to be proactive, and as you know that we're going 100% remote on Tuesday, September the 1st. And the company that the state had the contract with is Schoology, and the state pretty much did a standard support level across the state, meaning that if there are any problems or glitches as it relates to the technology and the program, that we will receive standard support. And as you know, with over 53,000 students and a little over 4,000 teachers, we would need more than just standard support. Basically, standard support is basically one person being the contact, and they may get back to us anywhere from 5 to 7 days. So as you know, that would put us in a very difficult situation come September the 1st. So we have purchased with a discounted rate Premium Plus support level, which is $72,855.45. And that will allow us to, if we have any glitches, any problems, that the Schoology people will support us ASAP. So we're just trying to be proactive to make sure that September the 1st goes very smoothly, and we just feel like that this Premium Plus support level will fulfill our needs come September the 1st.
Mr. Threadgill, I thought I read on AL.com where, in reference to what you were saying, that Huntsville, that they had some issues with the initial phase. Is that true?
Yes, sir. They had the standard. They had the standard.
Oh, so
Yeah, we try not to.
So what you're asking for is, if we approve this, that will allow you and Mr. Atchison to conclude the professional end of it. So-
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Also, while I'm talking about the devices, we have delivered to all 52 elementary schools devices. We just received this morning 4,000 more. So at the end of the day, we will only have 10 schools remaining that will need devices. So we should be able to get those by the end of the week. So you're looking at almost 50,000 devices that we have deployed. So kudos to the IT department. So they've been working very hard trying to get those out. The other thing dealing with that, we will have also being proactive. We will do a test run tomorrow at 10 o'clock where all the schools will get on and turn on their computers and have a mock remote session so we can check and be proactive to make sure that our bandwidth will hold up. So we will be doing that tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Correct. All right, so that's going to be action item G6. The other action item that was added is G19, Renaissance Learning for Government Street Christian School, to provide integration maintenance, a 1-year subscription for Renaissance Accelerator Reader. That's coming out of the CARES Act funds for $8,006.
Mr. Chairman,
Sir.
inasmuch as these items have been vetted, in our previous work session, offer motion we approve items 1 through 20.
So if you just hold it just for a second and let me make sure he doesn't have any other changes and then.
Okay.
Just for, any others?
As far as the action items, that's all for the action items.
I just wanted to make sure you had.
Yeah, he don't have his glass.
Okay, so if you'd state that again for me, I appreciate it.
I'd like to offer motion to approve action items 1 through 20.
Second.
1 through 20.
All right, we have a motion to approve action items G1 through 20, and there's a second. Any discussion?
Let me say on discussion, I think you want us to approve action item 6 pending you and the attorney clear up any other concerns.
Correct.
I'll let my motion so read that action item 6 be left to the discretion of the attorney and the superintendent to clear up any major concerns
Very
about
good,
that.
I'm glad you brought that up again. Okay, any further discussions? No. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries.
Okay, action item G21 is for Play Pause It for Faith Academy to provide 1-year site license for all students at Faith Academy. That's coming out of CARES Act funds for $7,500.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Don't move.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve action item G21, the play post incorporated to Faith Academy. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
All right, action item G22 through G27 will be listed under separate cover. I ask your approval for action item personnel, action items G22 through G27.
Do I hear a motion?
Don't move.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second to approve action items G22 through 27. Any further discussion on these items? All right, no further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. I think that'll take us to your consent agenda, Mr. Gregory.
Okay, on the consent agenda, we also have some additions. The first one would be the H1 is for the contract with LAD. We had to make some adjustments due to the COVID and the new procedures that we have. So we will ask that we go into contract with LAD for the schools of Murphy, Williamson, Davidson, and LaFleur to be at their home fields. That's coming out of district local funds, $3,000 per game.
And what was the, refresh my memory on that, what was the number, was it 20% or 25% capacity for those games?
Well, we have,
Stadium?
right, well, for LAD Stadium, you're looking at about 20%. But as you know, we play at 9 different
Yeah.
fields,
Right.
and
But I was
those
just-
designs bears. Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Chairman, that cost covers security, rental of the facility, and
Yes,
other-
it covers security, the cleanup. As you know, the parking, we have raised the price of the general admission to cover parking, so there won't be any exchange of money. And it also covers, we're not having concessions, so it won't cover that.
the concessions contracted out.
Correct.
Is that at all of our stadiums?
Yes, correct.
So what was the general admission ticket raised to?
It went from 7 to 10, and parking was $5.
So now just a flat $10.
Correct, correct,
So even if you're not driving, you pay $10.
correct. You do the math, correct, yes.
Yeah, I did. I'll refer all those complaints to you.
All right, so also an addition is H11, Educreation for Mobile Christian School, to provide a 1-year subscription for 30 teachers, for Teachers Edition, for Library Education online programs. That's coming out of CARES Act for $1,995. That's H11. We also have H13, the Big Nerd software, to provide the original desktops.
What?
Big Nerd software.
Leave that
I bring my
alone.
glasses, so hopefully that's right.
Dr.
To provide the original desktop screen recorder and video. That's for Faith Academy, coming out of CARES Act funds for $1,476. That's H13. And the last one is H14. It's Next Spark for Faith Academy to provide a quizzes for 106 students and teachers and administrators. That's also coming out of CARES Act funds for $944.
I'm gonna have to talk to our IT person to see what they can tell us.
I have no idea.
Mr. Chairman,
Sir,
as much as these items have been amended in our last work session, I offer motion to approve action, I mean, consent items 1 through 17.
all right, we have, do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and been second to approve consent agenda items H1 through 17. Any further discussion? Okay, no further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. All right, Mr. Superintendent, number 18.
H18 is various bids. As you can see, they're listed.
Okay, is there a motion on this item? Okay, I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second on it. All right, so this is
18.
18, various bids. Has been motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? Okay, if there's no discussion, then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The superintendent,
The expulsion, I. You should have 1 through 7. Obviously, they're listed on a separate cover.
do I hear a motion?
Don't move.
For the motion and a second, is this for 1 through 7, Mr. Battles? Okay, any further discussion on these items? Okay, if not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We move to information. We've got our monthly financial statement, and then we have number 2, purchase orders of $5,000 and over. Any discussion on these items? Anything? Attorney-client privilege, Mr. Oscar.
Yes, sir. I said, on the board, we're going to keep the credit to take to the board.
Okay, I assume everybody's got an opportunity to read that. I think we said that at the work session. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Sir?
I offer motion we concur with the recommendation on return on 2 said items previously emailed to us.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the attorney client privilege information here on these 2 suspensions. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Scheduling of meetings.
No, we still haven't received any dates for the training.
Okay, I know Mr. Lott, you brought my attention. Okay, gentlemen, listen carefully here. We need to, Mr. Lott says that we need to have our first budget hearing, and we want to schedule that at our next work session. Prior to the board work session at noon, we'll hold that budget hearing at 11:30 so we can cover both of them at the same time like that. Is that agreeable?
Common consent.
Okay, Mr. Lott, please put that on your schedule like that. Mr. Hack, you want to say anything about the employees? Okay, so you'll send it out with us.
This call before 9 o'clock.
Okay. All right, any other meetings that need to be
I
scheduled?
didn't hear what Ms. Pack said.
Mr. Hack said that they were in the process of potentially settling it. He will contact us and let us know later today if that happens.
That one's the one to schedule for this Wednesday.
For this Wednesday, yes, sir, 9 o'clock.
Did you get there?
So we'll see how that goes. Are you optimistic on this, Mr. Hack? Okay. That's good. Any other meetings that need to be held? Okay, Mr. Superintendent, any other? All right, do I hear a motion for adjournment? We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. We are adjourned. Very good, Mr.